Hello friends, I just got home from work. It's 10:04. So we're not working out tonight, unfortunately, because it's super late and we've got to go to bed soon. But we still have to eat. Hello, darling. Would you like to join us? No? Okay. So for dinner, we're having sweet potato sloppy joes. And I know that Rebecca and a few of my other friends wanted the recipe for this, so I thought I'd make a quick video about how to make it. It's like a staple in our house. We have it like once a week. I've got 3 different variations, which I'm only going to show you how to do one. Yo.
Hey.
I'm making a video here.
I'll wash your hands.
There's 3 different variations, so I'm only going to make one, but I'll tell you how to make the other 2 variations. It's pretty much the same thing, it's just how you cook the potatoes that's different. Okay, so here's the recipe for how to make the sweet potato sloppy joes. It calls for 4 sweet potatoes, but we buy these great big sweet potatoes from Sam's Club, so I don't usually ever do 4. I may add 1 more there today though, because I have some extra yellows, but I'm not sure. Then a pound of ground meat. We don't eat beef. Well, I don't eat beef, so we usually do like ground chicken or turkey. We usually bump the half an onion up to a whole onion. You need chili powder, coconut sugar, a can of tomato paste. We usually do more than 1 bell pepper, celery, garlic, cumin, diced tomatoes with liquid, which today I'm going to use real tomatoes just because I have them in the fridge. And that's how you make it. It's really, really easy. So like I said, there's 3 variations on how to do this. We've tried all 3. My favorite is how we're doing it tonight. I'll ask the husband what his favorite is. The first variation is like a sweet potato, or not a sweet potato, a baked potato, where you're going to bake your potatoes, and then you cut it in half, and then fill the stuffing. That's variation number 1. I don't make that variation very often, only because when you're cooking a potato this size, it takes forever to bake it whole. So if I'm going to do it that way, we'll go to Walmart and get like the little sweet potatoes that are usually microwavable. They have like a plastic around them and then you can microwave them. So I don't really like using the microwave that often though, so I don't make that one very often. The second way you can do this is to cut up your potato and put it, like boil it, and then make it kind of like a shepherd's pie. So you do like your meat on the bottom and then sweet potato on top, and then usually I put like Greek yogurt, or back when we used to eat sour cream in there to make it more of like a mashed potato. So we do that way, and then the way we're going to do it tonight is I'm going to peel these and roast them so that they get a little crunchier, and then put the sloppy joe mix on top. Okay, so my sweet potatoes are all cut up into like dices. I use just the 2 sweet potatoes. I measured it, and it'll work out to be 4 meals, each meal having 2 yellow containers. Then to that I'm going to add some unrefined coconut oil. Josh just put it in the microwave for 10 seconds to get into a liquid state. I put about a teaspoon in there. So then to that I added some pink Himalayan sea salt and some of this seasoning. It's called the Smoky Cafe. It's from Whole Foods, and it's just, I don't know, I don't really know what's in here. Brown sugar, coffee beans, roasted garlic, roasted onions, paprika, and red bell pepper. And I just think it gives it a good little flavor when you roast it. So I added a few grinds of both of those. Now I'm going to try and hold the camera and mix this. Thank you, dear. Grab his pan. Then I take a pan and spray some cooking spray. This is a coconut oil cooking spray from Trader Joe's. And then just dump your sweet potatoes on the pan. So I try and make them like 1 layer. OCD. Okay, then these go in the oven for 400 degrees. Okay, so I'm chopping some vegetables. I like all of our suppers to be, thank you, at least 2 greens per serving. So, he's being so helpful. Vanna White. It was white on the bottom. Okay, so I like each of our dinners to be 2 green containers. So, because we make our meals for dinner and then lunch the next day, that means that each dinner has to have 6 green containers. So this first I cut up some onions, some celery, and some green peppers. This is 2 greens of the peppers, 1 green of the onion, and 1 green of the celery. And then I'm cutting up some tomatoes, so I'm doing 2 greens of tomatoes. But first, Josh cooked the meat. It's over there in that bowl. And now we're going to put this in the pan so that way we can get these to cook. So the vegetables are cooking, but I thought I'd tell you, in case you don't have the containers, it worked out to be the 2 greens of the bell peppers was 2 green bell peppers, then 1 green of onion was about half of a pretty large onion, and then 1 green of celery was like, I think 4 stalks of celery cut up. And then once that's done, I'm going to add my tomatoes that I just diced. That was 6 Roma tomatoes for 2 green containers. Okay, so I added the tomatoes to the vegetables that we're cooking. We added 2 cloves of garlic, the can of tomato paste, and then if you use real tomatoes and not diced tomatoes, not that diced tomatoes aren't real, but if you like chopped up tomatoes, you'll need to add like a cup of water just to make it more saucy. If you used the diced tomatoes, then just leave the juice that was in there. And so we're just cooking this on high just to get like a nice sauce. Oh, did I say I just added the 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar, and we're going to add the cumin and the chili powder. So then we added the meat back to the pan, and here is your sloppy joes. So if you wanted, you could not make soup to sloppy joes and just make normal sloppy joes from this. And it's very good. It's a lot healthier than the stuff that comes out of the can, like the canned sloppy joe mix. And I think it personally tastes a lot better. We tried making this one time. We were just being like, not lazy, but we were like really rushing. So instead of doing all the steps, we just used the canned soup sloppy joe sauce. And I hated it. I think Josh did too. So then here are the soup potatoes. We like to burn them a little bit just because, I don't know, I like things that are burnt. So, see, part of it's like pretty dark for me, and then part of it's like normal for Josh. So we will serve this all up, and I'll show you. Okay, so here's what it looks like when it's all done. The measurements worked out to be about 1.5 cups of the vegetable mixture, and then a cup of the sweet potatoes. So that worked out to be 1 red, 2 yellows, and then I'd say probably 2.5 greens, because I forgot to take into account the tomato paste is part of a green. So I'd say probably like 2.5 greens. But it's very yummy, very healthy, and this is my favorite way to have it. Josh likes it, like I said, with the mashed potatoes. And then we always just package it up for lunch too. So my favorite thing about the 21 Day Fix, I think, is like you're on a diet per se, and you're losing weight, and you're eating healthy, but like this is a ton of food. And this is like perfectly normal serving, but this is like a ton of food. Do you have anything to say, darling?
I'm ready to eat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, definitely let me know if you make it, because it is our favorite recipe. You need to see it one more time. Here's how you make it.
Don't show the secret.
Okay.